Hey guys, in today's video, we'll go over how to install strike plates, door strike rubber, and door jamb rubber. Prior to installing those three items, you need to make sure you have the door hung and swinging properly. For this video, I went ahead and mocked three hinges in place to simulate a door being installed. Here's the strike plate. The strike plate comes with two set screws and a backing plate. When installing the strike plate, you can back the set screws out so they're just about to come out of the backing plate. This will allow you to install the strike plate without having to remove the backing plate. You also need to make sure the curved portion of the strike plate is towards the inside of the door opening. To install the strike plate, place the backing plate in the center of the door jamb. Once in place, tighten the set screws to bring the backing plate towards the strike plate. Once the strike plate is installed, shut the door to determine the latch location. With the latch location determined, adjust your strike plate so that the center of the latch is in the center of the strike plate. Once the location is determined, tighten the set screws to lock the strike plate in position. With the strike plate in the correct position, the installation of the strike plate is complete. The next item we'll install is the door strike rubber. The strike rubber is a V-shaped piece with a soft rubber side and a hard plastic side with an adhesive tape. The strike rubber will adhere to this portion of the door jamb. Here's an example of the strike rubber installed. As you can see, the strike rubber is flush with this portion of the door jamb. Something you also need to make sure of is the open side of the V is towards the inside of the door jamb, as shown here. When we install the strike rubber, we typically run the horizontals first and then install our verticals. The verticals will need to run directly to the floor. The strike rubber will come in 10-foot lengths, therefore you'll need to cut it to the length you need. To cut the strike rubber, all you'll need is a pair of scissors. So go ahead and install our strike rubber. The last item we'll be installing is the door jamb rubber. The door jamb rubber will insert into this section of the door jamb. Here's an example of the door jamb rubber installed. The door jamb rubber will come in 10-foot lengths and will need to be cut to the length that you need. Same as the strike rubber, we'll run our horizontal jamb rubber first and then run our vertical jamb rubber. We need to make sure to have a tight fit around the strike plate as well as in between the hinges. To show an example of how to install the door jamb rubber, I'm going to install the door jamb rubber in between these two hinges. The door jamb rubber will hook to the inside of the door jamb. To install the door jamb rubber, place the jamb rubber against one side of the jamb and press the other side in. From there, you can work the jamb rubber back and forth to install it. Once you have a small section of the door jamb rubber installed, you can measure for the length of the jamb rubber in between the hinges. When you do this, you need to make sure that the jamb rubber is tight to the hinge above. From there, you can come down to the other hinge and add about 1/8 of an inch. Adding the 1/8 of an inch will create a tight fit of the jam rubber in between the two hinges. Once you have the length cut, you can then get the bottom of the jam rubber started and then work your way to the center. Once installed, you'll have a tight fit in between the hinges. You can then repeat this process around the remainder of the door jamb opening. This will conclude the video on how to install the strike plate, the door strike rubber, and the door jamb rubber. If you have any questions, please contact our office.